Trump is a Russian asset sent to destabilize and destroy this country. Trump supporters, I'm going to need you to listen, not to respond, but to really hear me for the love of your country. 39 years ago, a KGB defector predicted exactly where America would be today. How? He claimed in 1984 that Russia had a long-term goal of ideologically subverting the U.S., not physically, by the Great Brainwashing. The first stage, he said, is called demoralization, which would take about 20 years to achieve. It makes sense if you think about it. America is the strongest country on planet Earth. No other country can stand against us. So how do you destroy it? You make them destroy themselves from within. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Everything from turning us against each other to the lies that are meant to make you distrust everyone else, to the mass deportations and the othering of migrants and LGBTQIA+, to the, withdrawing America from the world stage. All of this is a gift to Putin as a way to destabilize this country. Great brainwashing comes in 4 stages. The first stage takes 15 to 20 years to achieve. According to the former KGB agent, that is the minimum number of years it takes to re-educate one generation of students that is normally exposed to the ideology of its country. In other words, the time it takes to change what the people are thinking. I know you're going to hear that and you're not going to believe it, right? Like, this is part of the great brainwashing, unfortunately. They are programmed to think and react to certain stimuli in a certain pattern. You cannot change their mind. And even if you expose them to authentic information, even if you prove that white is white and black is black, you still cannot change the basic perception and the logic of behavior. He says that demoralization is a process that is irreversible. It would take another generation and another couple of decades to get the people to think differently and return to their patriotic American values, claimed the agent. He further describes the state of a demoralized person, saying, as I mentioned before, exposure to true information does not matter anymore. A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him. Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he receives a kick in his fan bottom. When a military boot crashes his balls, then he will understand, but not before that. That's the tragedy of the situation of demoralization. The second stage is called destabilization. What matters is the targeting of essential structural elements of a nation, economy, foreign relations, and defense systems. Basically, the subverter, Russia, would look to destabilize every one of those areas in the United States, considerably weakening it. The third stage would be crisis. It would take only up to 6 weeks to send a country into crisis. The crisis would bring a violent change of power, structure, and economy, and will be followed by the last stage, normalization. That's when your country is basically taken over, living under a new ideology and reality. This will happen to America unless it gets rid of people who will bring it to a crisis, he said. What's more, if people will fail to grasp the impending danger of that development, nothing ever can help the United States. He added, you may kiss goodbye to your freedom. He said most of the American politicians, media, and educational system trains another generation of people who think they are living at the peacetime. False. United States is in a state of war, undeclared, total war against the basic principles and foundations of this system. This video is not meant to scare you. It's meant to keep you educated, because you cannot fight against things if you don't know you're supposed to be fighting against them. Trumpers, I hope you stuck it out to the end, because it's high time you realize that Democrats, liberals, leftists, migrants, LGBTQIA+, women, etc., they are not your enemy, and they never have been. Will you accept this information? I doubt it, because Russia has a very strong psychological game, and we all fucking know it. To the rest of you out there, if we don't stop this, we're done. We're fucking done. Share this to everybody you know. Share it far and wide, not for fucking views on me, just to fucking tell people to make sure they fucking know.